All our viewers out there, you are welcome to another brand new episode of the Mid Morning Show. You know, like we always say, it takes two to tango. But before that, you know my name already. My name is Dolakbo Olaomi. How is your week going? Huh? I'm sure you're having a blast already because I'm sure I am having one. Believe me.
How are you sure that they're having a blast already? With everything going on, social
no,
media, the
regardless of
economy.
whatever is going on in the economy, in the government, or whatever in the society, don't put it to your face now. Don't, it might be soju, like Yoruba will always say.
Okay, that's your opinion. All right, a very beautiful morning to you. This is the Mid Morning Show. You're welcome on board. My name is Belumi Asende, and today is going to be like a package, one-on-one package. You're going to have a lot of time to digest our features and to be able to talk about it. So yes, and today, we're going to look at social media first. That's going to be our first feature, as our guest is MIA, Missing in Action. So we're going to have like a total package, like I said. We're going to digest our features together. And looking at social media, honestly, you're saying something that we should not be carried away with what is happening.
Yeah.
But sincerely, we are human. Life has many folds, and no matter what, it will get to you in a particular way. You would feel like something is going on, and then when you look at social media, there are some times that you just want to take time off it, and you're like, let me just be in my
own
my
space.
space. Let me just have my pace. And I think social media has its own advantages and disadvantages as well.
Yeah.
But we need to put balance to this. Don't let me say too much on it. Let's have this feature on social media. We'll be right back.
Are computer-mediated tools that allow people to create, share, or exchange information, ideas, pictures, videos in virtual communities and networks. One thing that is spectacular about the 21st century is the vast usage of the social media. The usage of the social media cuts across all ages, as we find both young and old taking advantage of it. The reason is not far-fetched, because the social media is a way of connecting with people. See it as a medium for campaign. Businessmen see it as a medium to channel their businesses to global recognition, while students see it as a medium to get information for their studies and the likes.
It helps a lot in the sense that there's rarely anything you're looking for online that you can't get. Everything has an answer. To the extent that you see some funny things and you're expecting not to find an answer, but you would exactly find the answer you need. But the disadvantage about it is when you are not supposed to be using it, like kids, when they're in secondary school and they have exams and they're so glued to a phone. Like I have a younger brother now at home. He just got a BlackBerry of recent. So he's always glued to the phone, always wanting to be on the phone every time, 24/7. But at the same time, he has exams. I'm not saying it's not a good idea for kids because it helps them too in school. Educationally, you can go back to it and refer to it. But at the same time, you should watch them. That's one disadvantage I know that is basic at the moment. And then other disadvantages are the part of the stuff that's supposed to be seen on net, if you know what I mean. I don't want to say some things, but it's at the same time educative and it's wrong. Everything has its good and bad sides, but generally, it's a beautiful idea. Whoever created the idea did something wonderful to people.
My knowledge of social media is Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, social media networks generally. The advantage is that it makes you popular. Normally when you're on the internet, people don't know you if you're not on the internet. Once you're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, you get to so many people you cannot even meet in your daily lives. When you're on Facebook, you can have almost 5,000 friends. But in real life, you cannot have 5,000 friends that you know. And when you post something, 5,000 people get to see it. But when 5,000 people cannot see it the same way it makes you more popular. It makes you meet more people that you cannot even meet on a daily basis. So I think that's the benefit of social media. The disadvantages is that it makes irrelevant people more popular. I mean, people, they call themselves social media. What is social media? When you have it.
A lot of applications have been created on social media to enhance communication by people and also transactions of different kinds. Some of these applications include Facebook, Twitter, BBM, Skype, Instagram, YouTube, To Go, among others. Social media has no doubt helped to provide complete connectivity, bringing people with common interests together, create a platform to share your life with the rest of the world, and also inform and educate the public in their various fields. Just as social media has great advantages to the society at large, it also has its negative effect on individuals and the society.
I believe that social media has disadvantages. Like the school I went, yeah, the means of communication was our Twitter and Facebook and everything. So I think it's really good for communicating with people, like when you don't have your phone, but or you can use your laptop or your iPad. And the disadvantages, I think, like fall into wrong hands. So I guess you have to think about it. It's not just everybody you see that you talk to. You get so. I think the disadvantages are just so you won't fall into wrong hands, and so you have to be very careful.
I see social media as it's a good platform because when it comes to getting instant news, yes, at least the internet is always a means of getting that. And then also concerning friends, making friends, surfing the net for information, maybe concerning project or one kind of thing. But then disadvantage about
Oh, well.
All right.
Okay.
You're welcome back. And that was a very beautiful one on social media. And one thing that struck me with that feature was when the lady said you get instant news and the likes. But when you look at it, social media is gradually eroding the importance of media itself. Because right now, you can just go online and just see any information and download it hook, line, and sinker, and then you wonder, is this thing even true? Without fact checking it, people just drop.
Yeah, people just drop information.
Information. It's just like Facebook. You see that app?
The funny thing about that Facebook you mentioned now is, especially the elderly now, whenever they see videos, reels.
No, aside even seeing the videos, like the people uploading those content. Because sometimes you see on Facebook, there was this time that someone was not dead and they actually put that information that the person
is dead.
Exactly. And then you're wondering, people are already passing the information across to others that, okay, this person is late, this person is that, and then you're wondering. And the other person comes out and say, no, I'm alive, I'm healed and healthy, So I think we need to filter what we digest on social media. But looking at other benefits of social media, if you're in a long distance relationship, social media will help. It will aid how you communicate with each other. You just create time and then you're good to go. And that's for couples. Even people in Nigeria, people living in the same country, no matter whether they are in the same state or not. But the fact that social media helps to bridge that gap, it creates intimacy, On social media, you can do a lot of things. All those apps, the X, the Instagram, Snapchat, but there's this particular one, TikTok.
Okay.
I think Dolapo has a reservation as regards TikTok.
Yeah, I think so, because I think it's high time, governments come into these things, in terms of policies now. Because when you go on TikToks, there are really, really some insensitive informations, views, reels you see on TikTok, which is really, really becoming alarming now. And I feel like if there's a way governments can come in, to curb these acts of indiscipline. Because it's becoming rampant now. Whenever you go on TikTok, especially this TikTok.
I think the way you're saying that government should, look into it, it should not look like the North Korea, whereby they do not have social media. I don't think they should, look into it in that aspect. They should just put some measures in place and just ensure that. But I think he's rated 18. If you're not 18, you cannot join some of these apps.
Yeah,
I think
you
so.
cannot. But at this age,
And parental guidance,
is
and
advised.
parental control as well on some of these apps. But in all, let's just make good use of it. People are using it judiciously. There is technology that has advanced. We have the use of AI. You can even create AI videos that will be informative and educative that people would really learn from. There was one I actually watched, and this one was like a series. The lady was creating a video like series, and it was really, really interesting, I must say, and it was really informative. So I guess we should look at the perks of the advantages and the disadvantages and make good use of the advantages.
Coming to the AI aspects now, because I have a grandma at home that whenever she goes on Facebook and she sees some sort of videos that I can't really say they are not realistic.
They are AI generated.
AI generated. She just calls me, oh mommy, come and check this thing, Grandma, this thing is AI generated. It's not realistic. She will say, she's shaking it. I think these are the disadvantages.
How is it?
Because it gives people
so far there is someone to give them that information that, okay, this thing is AI generated, and then you explain to them, okay, then they'll be able to enjoy it. I'm sure some of these AI generated videos, like I said, some are actually educative, and some are entertaining, because you see like a miniature, maybe a small baby dancing, and you're wondering that how does this baby know these moves? But as you're watching it, it's you're getting that happiness. You're just the cortisol or whatever.
I just feel like
all these
AI
happy
just
hormones,
comes down to being,
the happy
creative.
hormones will just jump, and then they'll be happy for it. So I guess that the use of social media, the advantages is very, very enormous. And then looking at the disadvantages in marriage, a lot of homes, a lot of homes are broken because of social media, because the wife is like, I must go through your phone, I must see who you're chatting with, I must see what is going on, I must see, I must give me your password, all those ones, and then homes will break.
Yeah.
And it can even lead to the husband saying, oh no, I'm not going to give you my phone. Or maybe the husband, maybe has anger issues. And then the wife goes through the phone, and then it leads to domestic violence.
There's this thing that is always outside now. People will always say that when you want to cry, go through your man's phone. What's your own perspective on that? Because really
I think we should talk about it after this feature on domestic violence.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Let's have the feature on domestic violence.
Cadbury 3-in-1 hot chocolate, the treat you deserve.
Domestic violence, also known but not restricted to intimate partner violence, is described as any form of violence or abuse by one person against another in a domestic setting, such as it is also referred to as a pattern of behavior used by one partner to gain power and control over the other in an intimate relationship. Such a person could be a current or former partner or spouse. It can also occur between heterosexual and homosexual couples. Domestic violence is widespread and has been found to affect people irrespective of age, skin color, group, status, and background. Prior to the 19th century, domestic violence was regarded as a valid exercise of a man's authority over his wife or woman, a practice that was popular until it was overturned by better enlightenment, the wave of feminist movements, and partly religion. More countries then started to take the anti-domestic violence stance and criminalize the act. Despite this, domestic violence has been named as one of the most underreported crimes in the world, majorly because of the stigma attached to it. Religion and culture are also fingered as some of the factors responsible for this. Globally, women are majorly the victims of domestic violence. This is not to say that men don't also experience it as well. However, because of the popular belief that the man is the stronger sex and the stigma that may be attached to a man found otherwise, many men would rather silently bear the torture than live with the shame of such being brought to light. The statistics and data of domestic violence differ from country to country, but globally, according to a research conducted by the World Health Organization in 2010, 30% of women aged 15 and above have experienced physical and or sexual intimate partner violence. An earlier research also inferred that about 38% of female homicides are committed by an intimate partner. Domestic violence may take many forms, which may include physical abuse, where contact is used to cause fear, pain, injury, or other physical suffering and bodily harm. It can also include inflicting injury on other targets or pets to emotionally affect the victim. Emotional or psychological abuse adopts the use of threats, intimidation, dehumanization, or systematical breakdown of self-worth. Stalking is another form of psychological or emotional abuse, and it is defined as unwanted and or repeated surveillance by an individual or group towards another person, and most often perpetrated by a former intimate partner. Financial abuse is another form of domestic violence. It is an attempt to control the other by limiting or preventing outrightly his or her access to financial resources or funds, thus ensuring total dependence and compliance. There's also sexual abuse, which is defined by the World Health Organization as any sexual act, attempt to obtain sexual act, unwanted sexual comments or advances, or act of traffic or otherwise directed against a person's sexuality using coercion. This may also include obligatory inspection of virginity, female genital mutilation, verbal pressure into consenting, and in this context, sexual deprivation, reproductive coercion, or marital rape. The effect of domestic violence on its victim can be enormous. Besides the physical scar that may be inflicted by the abuser, it may also leave long-lasting psychological trauma in the heart of his or her victim. Medical challenges such as anxiety, depression, low self-esteem, and suicidal thoughts have been traced to domestic violence, especially in cases where victims are exposed to violence for an extended period of time. Interventions range from short to long term, and this include counseling, getting out of the toxic relationship, having a good support system, empowerment for victims, and provision.
All right, so welcome back. It's still the majority. Like, yes, quite a number of women are facing one kind of any form of domestic violence, probably emotional, sexual, even verbal abuse, because sometimes the words move women. Women are moved by what they hear, while men are moved by what they see. So what a woman hears, would hurt her mostly. For someone like me, if you say something to me and I'm like, why are you talking to me like that? Why are you talking to me in a condescending way? I would take it up with you because I'm very particular about what you say to me. So this one is to the couples, just ensure that we use our words to lift each other, even the women as well. Sometimes when we're aggravated, when we are, when we are perplexed, we just want to say everything, just pour our minds, and then we start talking. We say what we ought not to say to the other person. Let's ensure that we filter our words and we say kind words to people. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Domestic violence is majority, I would say, women. Women go through domestic violence a lot, but I think there's some things we need to throw out there to people, even before these domestic acts are being acted upon. There are some little signs you get to see in your partner so you can say that, okay, no, this is someone that, okay, even if I go close to there's every tendency that this person might be domestically violent against me. So there are little signs. What do you think?
I believe so, because sometimes people would say that love is blind, but they would usually say that marriage is an eye-opener. But I think that there are so many ways you can, though we cannot know people fully. Even if you court for several years, you cannot say this is how this person is until you start living with the person. That's when you get to know someone's character, the true character of a person. So I believe that little signs might be there. Probably you go to an event, and the way the person talks
to you,
not to you, maybe to another person. The person might be kind to you. The person might be all that to you, be good to you, and then others are telling you, can't you see the sign? Can't you see the red flag? And then you're waving it like,
But there's something you said earlier. You said love is blind. I think that has become a really, really big misconception right now. Do you still say at this time and age that love is blind? All the people that are being loved,
love is blind. Because see, if you are in love, you would definitely, let's look at the case of Annie and Two-Face Idibia.
Okay.
Annie was heads over heels over Two-Face. She was blinded with a lot of things. In fact,
would you say she was blinded?
She was, of course. Like she decided to shut her eyes to that's the definition of being, turning a blind eye. She decided to, shut her mind off what people were saying, even with the fact that Two-Face had baby mamas then, but she was engulfed with the love. Like she was just like, this is my person, this is my man, this person understands me and all. She just shut out the world against whatever they are saying, and she was like, I'm going into this thing. But when she entered it, the eyes opened, So love is blind, though. When you're truly in love, there are so many. Sincerely, when you're truly in love, I pray you experience that kind of. That love that you'll be wondering.
Okay.
Is this me? You would do things that you would say you cannot do for another person. So definitely, we just need to ensure that we put balance to it. See, protect your heart too. I don't want my home to break. I'm going to guard it. I'm going to see, women, pick yourself first. Okay. Talking about picking ourselves first. This one we're going next. It's something that makes the world goes round. It makes it go round, and then it keeps it spinning.
This topic again.
This one.
Money.
This one. Some people say is the root cause of evil.
Of all evil.
But I would say is the love. Money is not the root cause of evil. It is when you love it overly that it becomes the root cause of all evil.
So are you saying I can't love money?
No, see, the excessive love of money is the root